What's up, guys? Do you ever feel like somebody's watching what you're doing online? Well, this is probably due to the fact that all of our school computers have not one, but two softwares on them that teachers and faculty can use to monitor activity. Technology is changing fast here at Elder, so fast that it's tough to keep up with, so we just accept the changes. So there might be a few things you're interested in knowing about regarding technology at Elder. What the hell is Lane School, and why does it keep popping up on my computer? Can teachers monitor me at home? Why should I give a shit in the first place? Well, you might be able to find some of your answers here on the Rolfus Report. I thought it would be appropriate to talk to the new Dean of Students, Mr. Flaherty. So I went over there to have a chat with him. Do you think students' computers are too closely monitored, not closely monitored enough?
To be honest with you, I don't think they're closely monitored enough, but I don't know if we can monitor them any closer than we are. There's a lot of ways that students can get around our monitoring system, and in terms of downloading games and videos straight to their hard drive and get around our system that way. So I don't know if they're monitored enough, but I don't know if we can monitor them any closer than we are.
Is that the only reason that you think we're not monitored closely enough, like downloading things?
I think it's slowing down the internet. They don't let you download stuff here at school because they want to control what you download. I think a lot of kids go home and download stuff at home on their own system.
When do you monitor students? Would you ever do that when a student is at home, or do you only use it during class?
I only use it during class time. And basically what I walk around, I move around a ton in class. I'm walking around the class. So I visually monitor what they're on the computers. The only time I use Lane School and Dino would be like if I'm doing a classroom assignment or if they're taking a test. Then I can monitor what they're looking at.
People have been made aware that teachers and faculty members, they can access the cameras and microphones, and what was the reasoning behind adding Lane School while keeping Dino?
I think we're eventually going to switch to Lane School. What we're trying to do now is, since we made that transition in the middle of the school year, we're trying to still give teachers the avenue they're comfortable with before we actually train them on the proper way to use Lane School. Once everybody's comfortable with Lane School, then once our contract runs out with Dino, then Dino will just disappear.
What is it that Lane School can do that Dino can't do that you guys were interested in?
Some more monitoring software, more ways where we can have you do tests and quizzes and stuff where we can send it to you on the computer. Obviously what we're trying to do is eventually become a paperless school where everything we do is electronically.
Mr. Flaherty told me that it would be a good idea to go talk to Mr. Fuel, a specialist in technology here at Elder. The topic of discussion sort of restrictions on technology and technology in general here at Elder.
And they're just trying to keep you in tune, the teachers, on track and not allowing you to wander off, which is easy to do in technology. There's so many avenues you can go.
Right.
It really operated quickly when they brought up different people's tablets and whatever. That's what's really neat about this type of thing. It's not always looking and keeping an eye on you. It's keeping you on track, and at the same time, the teacher has the ability to click on your icon on his desktop and bring your tablet up there too.
We understand that teachers and faculty members can access students' cameras and microphones now. Was that any part of the reason to switch over, and when is that ever used, if any teachers use it at all? I feel like teachers would be uncomfortable using it, but has it been of any use?
Basically, it's anything they can ever do is, first off, is in the school for the most part. I do have a firm belief that when you're out of school and you're in your home, that's your parents' responsibilities. Yes, we control the tablets to the point that there's certain things you cannot install because you need local administrative rights of that PC. And that's, that's in protection so that the units are running when you're here. There's always some things being downloaded and whatever that, we need to re-image. And that's just taking away the students' classroom time. And we're trying to help that out because sometimes it affects the whole class. And so you're affecting 30-something kids in that class.
How many security cameras do we have set up around campus and at the PAC?
We're right around 79 here on this campus and 14 down at the PAC. And as you can see, they're up all over the place. It was during the second phase of renovation is when this was implemented. It was also incorporated into the doors being locked down and how you have access to certain doors. That's all part of the same implementation of security.
What was with the decision to make the call to let students carry their cell phones? Was there a practical reason, or was it because it was a rule that was made to be broken?
The technology is here, and it will always change. So rules have got to change to keep up with it. And most of these students actually had, as their secondary communication was on their phones, so that when a code came up, it was sent to their phone. And there's many times where it says, okay, it's on your phone. They take it out, and they're looking at it, and it's like, oh, I had my phone on. I said, I know. Just turn it off when we're done with this, getting your OneDrive set up.
Right.
But a lot of schools, I mean, they actually use it in classrooms sometimes.
I asked Mr. Flaherty if he thinks that students aren't monitored closely enough, or if we're too closely monitored to the point where it's a bit hindering at some point or worrying. What do you think about that?
Worrying to who?
The students.
If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing for the most part, you shouldn't have a problem.
Every here and there is a problem with somebody leaving on their Dino block.
Teachers are human, they're going to do that too. And it's getting a little bit easier with land school on that side of it. But that's part of progress. That's part of always, being flexible, because, technology in the classroom, you got to be flexible.
Not a big fan. Dino was alright because, back in Mr. Oberjohn's freshman year, you could use it to learn and that kind of thing when he'd put his slideshows through there. But land school, not a fan. Get rid of it.
I like land school now. I like Dino because you could always figure out when people were watching you, but it was pretty hard to do. Land school, it pretty much tells you all the time when someone's watching you. The only thing I don't like is when Mr. Espluch takes over my computer and plays backyard baseball for me. Yep.
I have no strong opinion, because if you ask me, as long as you're kind of doing the right thing, you're not really messing around, monitoring systems shouldn't really affect you.
I think of Edward Snowden. Free us from this oppression. This is America.
Not a big fan.
What's the point of it? We're going to do games anyway, so.
Dino and land school are my best friends. I love the fascist and communist views of Dino and land school.
It stinks.
True.
Nah.
I'm not a fan of it. His input, he hasn't even been at Elder
Would
for
you like
more
to
than
say
2
something?
years. Yeah, would you like to say
What do
something?
you think of Dino and land
What's the
school? What do
question?
you think of Dino and land school?
It's literally and why are you watching my computer?
I don't like it
instead of
because
doing your work?
I need my own privacy. I'm not cheating. I can play some games.
Do you want Mr. Espluch watching your computer at 9 p.m.? Exactly.